Hi, Aquarius rising sign. Here is your weekly forecast starting on the 1st of April until the 6th of April. So it is still about restructuring your identity and your home life. Since Pluto is currently in your first house, you are a powerhouse. You are going through this intense transformation, but we have got a square to Venus, which is a massive friction between how you evaluate yourself and potentially looking at where you come from. Or maybe this is a power struggle of with a family member. Maybe they are demanding something from you, which is blocking you from being able to be the truest version of yourself. It's about who you are becoming and where you come from. And maybe it's sometimes very difficult to leave the past behind, but that Pluto is surely still asking you to go through this personal transformation. But a family member or a housing situation is trying to keep you in that old box. And maybe you are resisting your new identity, or you are resisting to, let's say, sell a property or to get out of a family scenario. Maybe you want to be using Mercury and Jupiter trine, which can be a way out of this. Maybe it's about increasing your workflow. Maybe it's about focusing on the tangible income. Maybe it's about even having certain type of brainstorming, for example, with your children, because Mercury rules your fifth house, about the current financial situation. Or maybe you just need to be thinking through how to handle this emotional family pressure. Um, but remember that Mercury and Jupiter trine has happened already twice. So this is the third one. And something that has been causing you a headache financially since potentially about February, beginning of February onwards, it's all about now having to find a solution for that. And maybe the solution is that, yes, okay, I'm going to be moving to a different apartment. Or finally, you find that person who is going to be able to fix up your home, beautifying your home, and so on. Also, we've got Atlantis entering your third house. So, this is potentially you being handed a piece of information or a communication strategy, like how to make a video more viral, or you gain a piece of information about potentially what's going to happen in the neighborhood. This is about a sink or a swim moment of how you process and share information with others. Maybe this is the time when you should be launching a newsletter, starting a podcast, sending out very bold emails as well. This is telling you that your words are powerful right now, and therefore you just need to be a little bit more active. Remember, Atlantis sank and it disappeared. So you're going to have to be able to use your words. You're going to have to learn to stand up for yourself if you don't want to disappear. Now, we also have got the Sun in the third house, squaring Jupiter in your sixth. So maybe you have got this great idea right now, and but you cannot act on it because you have got some health challenges or your workplace is super demanding. Maybe it's about you overpromising your mental energy to someone, and then maybe you're trying to multitask your way through. But this square is actually warning that like your nervous system and your physical body might need a bit of a balanced feeding as well. So basically, self-care. We have the moon going out of bound as well, which is in your 10th house. So maybe your career becomes a little bit all over the place now, but you can utilize this to boost your reputation. So this should be an active week for you from a work point of view. But you might notice that the boss goes a bit wild, or potentially maybe people are making some very bold moves at workplace, and then you don't know what to do with that. We also have got the Venus and Ceres connection with North Node, another second and fourth house activation. So maybe this is a piece of news that you are about to be receiving regarding your home or family. Maybe it's a real estate that can be sold, or maybe it's worth more money than you expected, or maybe it's a healing conversation with a parent, or maybe you are ready to spend a bit of money to beautify your own sanctuary. But this experience should be feeding your soul. It should make you feel more physically secure, something that is needed anyway for your first house transformation. Hygeia is going to be entering your sixth house. So this is a bit of a workplace and body detox. This is about looking at your daily habits, your diets, your office environment. Maybe we have to be cleaning out that office a little bit. Maybe we're gonna have to be removing toxic employees or like co-workers out of our life. Or maybe just it's time to take care of your physical body. Like what is going to be boosting my vitality? So I would say that there is this new you, and it has to match your home base as well. Maybe it's about you having to realize that you cannot move forward and create this new you if you are still stuck in old ways of doing things. I think with the out of bound moon, you can be very magnetic this week. So, but don't go overboard with power moves. But surely you should become a little bit more brave connected to your work as well as how you would like to sell, for example, your products and so forth. Maybe you have to be looking at your work habits. Maybe you're going to have to look at your own diets so that you are not on the verge of burning out. I think this is quite a revolutionary week for you. And on top of that, Aquarius, I think it's all about determination and willpower this week. It's about you having the ambition to succeed. Sometimes we have to be a little bit more brutal. We're going to have to do these fast-paced sales or a bit more self-centered, kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like PR, self-PR. We're going to have to become relentless about it. Of course, that sixth house is asking you to be as efficient and effective as possible when you are dealing with work situations. And and also, I would say that you still have to be very careful about your finances, how much money you spend. Because, of course, it's still very much of a heavy second house, and Mercury and North Node are both getting activated there. So you might have got a tendency to overspend a little bit. I would also say that because the sun is in square with Jupiter, someone might be promising something to you and then it doesn't get delivered. Or you might be noticing that your partner is a little bit more on the moody side when we are going to the shop or just be doing a local outing. So, and also the out of bound moon couples that as well, which is the dispositor of your Jupiter. So good luck, Aquarius, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.